Hey YouTubers, good morning, it's Rob Muffet. Guys, this is a quick video on time management. I'm reading a book on time management, and they're making a point on how important it is to realize you only have 1,440 minutes in every day, so you want to make every one of them count. If you've only got 1440 minutes and you're watching a Seinfeld episode you've seen 10 times before, you might think that you're not making good use of the small amount of time you have every day. And I started thinking about it. The author said you should put up a piece of paper with a number 1440 on your door and at work and so on to remind you how important time is and how few minutes you have in every day, and make all your minutes count. And I realized I don't have 1,440 minutes. I've got a lot less. I started thinking, if I subtracted everything from that 1440, let's subtract the sleep. So 8 hours, that's average. I sleep a lot less, but that, for a person, the 60, that'd be 480. So subtract 480. Then, well, you've got to eat. So subtract 30 minutes for each meal. You got to cook them too. So 90 minutes. You go to the bathroom. Yeah, and everybody's different. So we're down to 855 already. You take a shower or a bath. If you're like Kramer, you take a bath. You can tell I watch a lot of Seinfeld. What about your commute to work? Well, 30 minutes each way. I know people vary quite a bit, but that's a good average. So 60. Well, shoot, what about work? Let's take another 480. I know a lot of people work more than 480. So we're down pretty low already. You eat every day, so you go food shopping once a week. So subtract 10 minutes. Now, what about those things that you waste time that you're addicted to, that you know you should stop, but you don't? Everybody does web surfing, or they watch a little bit of TV every day, probably about an hour every day. And that's stuff that you know you shouldn't do, but you couldn't stop if you tried. And then you've also got maintenance on the house and the car and so on. We'll take off 20 minutes. So now we're down to about 195 minutes in a day. That's yours. You can do whatever. Now you can commingle. You can, like when you're eating, you could write the great American novel. You can narrate it in a tape recorder. You know, you could while you're sleeping, you could listen to a tape recording. You could do all sorts of things. You could, when you're in the shower, you could have a meeting. And I don't know what, but if you just look at the minutes, you're not supposed to be doing something else. You only got 195 minutes in a day. So divide by, you got 3 hours and 15 minutes every day. That's yours. And that's not a lot. So the reason I mention this, next time you're doing something, like you're standing in line somewhere, that really, if you had done something differently, you wouldn't have to stand in that line. Maybe you could have gone a different day or time, or gone a different place. Maybe somebody is telling you a story they've told you 10 times before. You know, there are so many ways your time can be wasted. I'm not saying you shouldn't have leisure time. It's good for the brain. It's good for the soul to recuperate. You watch a little TV, do a little web surfing, something that's neutral to relax your brain, calm you down. But after a while, things add up. You want to take a look at this. 3 hours and 15 minutes is what you have. So maybe instead of putting 1,440, you should just put up 3 hours and 15 minutes. So that's my tip for today on time management. And in the future, I'll try to make these shorter. See you out there.